That was it? All right. Okay, so arrays. You guys probably know arrays already. I'm sure I've seen you guys doing your arrays. So, talking about arrays more in depth today, though. So say you're getting the guest list together for a party, and you got all these people, and you're creating all these variables for each person, right? It's inefficient because how could you organize that instead, right? There's so many other ways. Yeah, you're making a list of people come to the party, um, and then you want to sometimes, with this list, you want to add people to it suddenly, and you want to be able to move it. And you don't want to have to start just deleting random variables and having to keep track of all that yourself in the code. Maybe we could somehow make a list containing each person's name. What possibly could we do to do that? It's an array. And so an array is a list or a value that stores multiple values. Yeah, it's a list. You guys know these. This is what it looks like instead of declaring it currently. You can declare it like that in line. This is called using an array literal. When you use the brackets, the little square brackets themselves, that's actually some fancy things. There's a bunch of other stuff happening behind the scenes. But this is how you can create an array. It's two square brackets and then kind of listen it out. All right. It's important to note all the details, right? You got to know every little detail here because you don't want to make any mistakes. Um, everything. And then if it's a string, same rules always. If it's a boolean, same rules as always. Booleans don't need extra quotations around them. And so it's not even numbers. Strings. So you can do all that inside there. You can even put functions in there. You can do like a function and write the whole thing out. Pretty cool. Or objects, whatever you want. Okay, you need opening brackets, you need the commas. Okay, it's zero index, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Okay, so yeah, here we go. It's confusing to some people because normally when we count things, we start at 1, right? Not today, not here. We start at 0. It's a computer thing. And then the following follow regular rules that you're used to in this world. Just add 1 time to find it, I guess. Yeah. So it's just a special note, I guess, I want you to know, is if the last element, just take the array length, which you want to keep track of yourself, which is array dot length. That. That's how you get, because this is a total of how many things are in here, anybody? It's 4 things. So if I wanted to get the third one for the third one, I would take 4 minus 1, and then you would access it as so that's the rule for the last one, all right? You guys know that. Mm-hmm. Use access and another sign value. Okay, so yeah, this is called bracket notation. It's special for, well, it's not special for arrays, but it's used a lot with arrays. But I want you to know here. Yes, you can access things. This is maybe you guys can do stuff this way, but because most of the time the way you access something in an object, say, is using like the dots. You guys know all the dots. There's also a cool thing unique to JavaScript, brackets, and it's basically array bracket 0 is really the same thing as array dot 0. But what's the problem with array dot 0? Does anyone know? Why can't you do that? Anyone know? variable or property name or variable name can have to start with numbers. But in this bracket notation thing, it allows us to do that kind of stuff. And you can even start, you can have like a property in an object that has an at symbol as the first thing. And I know there's probably touching the rules, like when you declare variables, you can't start, it has to start with like an A to B character. Bracket notation is crazy, and all sorts of crazy stuff. That's beyond the scope of this lecture, so I should stop. And then also you can, so it's the same thing, you can also set it. You see, like, it says array 0 equals 5. You can see how the array is mutating over time. You have, yeah, I mean, you see how they're accessing the first 3 elements of this array using basic brackets, and then they try to access the third one, or the fourth one, and it's undefined because there's only 3 elements in the array. Then they're setting it, and you can see how the array changes. You set the first element to 5, and now instead of 2, 3, 4, it is 5, 3, 4. Right? Oh, and then look, but they set the array 3 one too. They set that one. Isn't that crazy? You can set it like that too. And they added 6 to the end of the array by saying array 3 is equal to 6. So they literally added an element. Typically, you do that using something called push to add something to the end of an array. But they literally just added it using the bracket notation and telling the array what index and then what the value is. All right. Oh. Okay. So arrays and loops were built this way, right? You've probably used loops too. I've seen the loops in the problems before, so probably using those. Loops can get really crazy. Here's a simple loop. Let's get all the text out here. Yeah. Here's a simple loop, right? Everyone knows you got to get this memorized. For var I equals 0, I less than whatever dot length, I plus plus, and we go to semicolons in between something. Memorize that, and then can anyone tell me in 2 sentences what this does? What that for loop will do? That's all you're having. It'll print out each of the items in the array. And what index? What was the last value of I? Does anyone know? What was the last value of I? There's a couple 2s. It's not 2. I heard a lot of 3. And then what was the special rule I told you that you could have found that with? Or minus 1, right? You could do that, or you could kind of follow the logic of this statement. When would it terminate, right? Because the people.length is going to be 4. So I goes through the first time is equal to 0. So people accessing the 0th index is going to be me. It's going to console out me. Then I plus plus. So now the second time around, I is equal to 1. It checks is I less than 4? No, it's not. Or yeah, it is. It's 1. So keep going. And then you check you console out my mom. And then you console log out, and then it iterates, goes 1 higher, suddenly you're at I equals 2, it checks is I less than 4, yes it is, okay, let's keep going, then we log out my dad, then it says I is now equal to 3, no, it's equal to 2 now, and then, okay, sorry, it is equal to 3, and I is less than 3 is less than 4, log out my dog, and then it adds 1 to I, and it says, okay, I equal to 4 now, right? It just has to read, so it's added 1, I equal to 4, it checks. Is I less than people.length? It's not, it's equal to. Oh, it's I, yes, I length. It's not, it's equal to, so therefore the for loop terminates. Yes. Sorry, can you say that again? not calculate people.length. So it does not. Actually, so you guys should look into this yourselves. So your question was that since this is that equation, he spotted something that was repeating, and whenever something's repeating in code, you got to optimize. So we did this calculation 4 times, 5 times. We checked that we checked that condition. And therefore we had to access this people.length property 5 times. So we said, do we just store this property somewhere else and then not have to not have JavaScript have to access it and calculate that people.length each time? The answer is yes, you can do like var n at the top, and you'll optimize your code by a negligible amount that won't matter. Especially because, just look into this yourselves, because I didn't do the research on it, but I heard that the browser, when they see those for loops, they actually save an extra length variable for you. They're not. They actually don't. They don't actually check people.length each time. They have their own special things in the browser to give you that like very small. These are crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've been talking about one-dimensional arrays this whole time, but it blew my mind when someone told me you can put an array inside of an array. In fact, okay, I'm going to go back to that one. So, so you see the example. Okay, so this is where array push comes in. See this red stuff right here? Array equals 1, 2, 3, and they push in a whole another array. They're pushing it in. When you push something in, add it to the end, and then now suddenly the array is this thing. It's got 1, 2, 3 like it was up here, but now it's been pushed in, and now it's got a whole another array as a single index element in the array. It's got the third index. Literally can access the array. Now this is even crazier. Think about this. So you guys see this array 3, they access the third index, and then they access 0 after the third index. So what is going on there? What could be happening? What are they doing? Does anyone know? What are they doing? Yeah. Yes. That the fourth thing in the array that you see, or the third index, it's accessing the 0th one in there, which is another, and then so you guys got that. Oh crap! They do another thing, which is what are they? What's happening? Anyone want to explain what's happening in the next line? Yeah, go ahead. Third index of what? Of another string itself. So it proves to us that strings arrays are kind of similar to using bracket notation and put the character out on the string the same way. Be careful with that though. The strings are not mutable. Immutable. That's the real word for it. Strings are immutable, and so you can't assign characters. Like in an array, you can assign. Okay, here's like an index. I want it to be equal to that. But in a string, you can't say here's like this index. I want it to be equal to that. You can't do that. So strings are always immutable in JavaScript. Okay, they had this other thing. They wanted me to talk about this, I guess. So this is a good tip you guys got. The type of operator. You guys dealt with a type of operator yet? Yeah, okay. So when you do it to an array, what do you guys think it says? It says object. You know. Why does it say it? You know why it says object? Yeah. You guys probably already got something. But yeah, exactly. It's an object in JavaScript. There is some fancier stuff going on behind the scenes with this object, but it's basically like another class that it comes packaged with JavaScript when you in the browser and you node or whatever. So you can talk about that. Beyond the scope of the lecture. Okay, so really to check if something is an array, the best way to do it is this function that comes on the array constructor called isArray. And you just pass in an array into the parenthesis here, and it'll give you a boolean for it. So remember that because it trips people up sometimes when they're doing typo stuff. Oh, they're doing. Okay, so this one. So this is crazy. Look at all those arrays inside an array. So, we kind of talked about how you just go, if you guys think that's what you say, really, imagine going 800 feet. Same thing. And I guess it's important to note this logging software that gives you like a array with objects in it, and it doesn't want to log out of that. Because it could just, yeah, so it's just, they have reasons why some loggers don't go forever down. Don't log everything too flat. And you see right there that it thinks it's an object. It's calling it an object when it expresses stuff. So, yeah, hope that makes sense. Any questions on this? On that deeply nested stuff? Sorry, what's up? You're not getting this. Okay. So, what are you confused about? Why is it? You say what? Just all of it? I can start from the top if you want. Yeah. So, it looks kind of weird. It's maybe what you're confused about. Like, you just look at it first like this. Just look at the first one, right? And then you look at there's another array. But yeah, you can kind of see, I don't know. It's a bunch of brackets. You have, like, imagine this with just two brackets, right? One bracket, two brackets. That means that they use the same notation to put an array as the first element of an array. Is that you following? Yeah, they're just doing that a million times. Just doing it 8 times. Yeah. Any other questions on this next example? Yes. No, I've nested a lot of stuff. It's not normal. You don't. Oh yeah. If you start doing stuff like this, you're going to want to start rethinking the structure and the philosophy behind your software engineering. There's other structures, data structures called trees, which are much more searchable, and they just make more sense when you decide, like, oh, I need to search this many layers down, and there's graphs. This is not the best way to do it. It's my personal opinion on this. Well, I would say, depending on why you're doing this, this has no reason why you're doing this, so I guess we have to talk about that in a different context. But sometimes, yes, for sure. So arrays are generally useful one example is like how many times does this letter show up? And you just throw that in object. Generally, objects are for qualitative data, and arrays are more for quantitative data. And there's those two things. There's FIFO, first in, first out, and then there's LIFO. And then arrays are going to be you guys know FIFO, LIFO, stacks, queues, start talking about that? All right, good. So, stacks, I mean, it's just like a stack. It's a data structure where you put a book on top of a floor, and you put a book on top of that book, put a book on top of that book, so you imagine whatever type of data you're doing. And in this structure, you don't pull, so the last one that you put on is the first one you're going to take off. So that's LIFO. Last in is the first one to take out, and that's going to be methods on an array called push and pop. Push on, pop off. Push on, pop off. That's LIFO, and then FIFO is first in, first out, which means that's a queue. And that's more of a line, right? So you want to get first in line, you're going to right? So, I mean, it's very abstract now, but it comes in handy with your designing software and how you need to, what decisions you need to make as an engineer to make the most efficient service. And the method for a first in, first out on an array is going to be the same thing. You want to be pushing things in, but there's a method called unshift. It's really weird. That'll take the bottom out, and then it will reorder the whole array, which is actually not optimal, but it'll reorder the whole array. So it has to redo the index to take out the zero index, and then it has to say, okay, the 1 is not 0, 2 is not 1, 3 is not 2. That's, but you can do both first in, first out, and last in, first out arrays. And you don't need to memorize these methods. You can just Google them. All right, grids. I love grids. So I'm supposed to go to this REPL.
One more thing on the stacks and queues. So generally, when you're writing code, you're going to use the array method because it has the most number of functionalities associated with it. You could declare a class called the stack, and then you'd be restricted to those methods like John just mentioned. The reason those kind of exist are actually as like abstractions for computer science to understand like runtime of different things. So sometimes, for example, if you sort an array, and then you pop off the last method of it as if it were a stack, the runtime is reduced to a constant. Instead of having to search through the entire data structure to find the largest element, you know that it's always at the top. And so once you pop it, your runtime of executing that function is only a constant. That's not something you need to know now. It's just something to keep in mind of what those data structures are used for.
All right. I think I need to charge it because this thing lies to me about how long it is. Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah, no, I got the old one. They don't have an old charger? Very much older. Right. Let's see. Maybe yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do this REPL. So you can see it's pretty self-explanatory as to what the goal is. We need to make, yes, definitely make it super large, huge. Hope not too many people saw that. And then let's go a step further here. Wow, look at that. Is that too big? No. Okay, so we got to make this grid. Anyone have a clue how to start? How many? I think you could do it with one loop. But we're not going to do it with one loop. That's crazy. 2 loops is the way to go for this. So we'll write them out. So I called this row. Why did I call it row? So anyone have an idea? Keep track of how many rows? You said what? Yeah, I'm going to start going across an array. Yeah. And then what is up with this, what's up with the condition in these for loops? Sorry, what? So we're not doing that because we don't have a starting array. What's that? Oh, yeah. We don't have a starting array. We're just literally out of thin air. We're going to create an array. So why did I use? What is the condition? And what is the value? Oh, it's less than, you're right. Yeah, so the condition was totally wrong. Mike just told me that I wrote bad code. He's right. Yep, that's totally correct, Phil. Now this is the correct condition. So what is the value of dimension? Anyone know? 6, right, 6. And so and where's my row and column start? Yeah, it starts at 0. But so you say you think it should start at 1. I mean, no, you could have it start at 1, but what would you have to change? Oh, what's going on? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you can do dimension plus 1, but there's one more simpler way of doing it if you start at 1. So what? Yeah, so if you do that, what would you have to change in the code? Make that happen 6 times. Okay? That's what you can do the way I would do it. But there's also another issue that is going to come up is that you're setting so the array star is 0. So you're setting the first index. You're basically going to have this 0th index that's undefined. So if you're ever looping through this thing with an array method or even a for loop where people normally start at 0, they're going to start off with an undefined element in the array. So you'd have to also deal with that, I guess. really you should start at 0. I know it's sometimes hard because it's the first thing. You want to start at 1 because that's what makes sense, but not in computer world, okay? All right, so I didn't look at this. I got to think for it.
So we gotta. So yeah, what are we gonna throw in each row? Anyone have any idea what to write
In the first quarter? No, we're actually not saying we're not saying something. We have to build this huge graph. They call it a grid, and it's going to log it out for us. When we return it. Yeah. No, of course. We're not pushing it. One is in there. So the value of rho into array that is. So, you know, yeah. So you're saying that we do array.push, and then what are we putting in there? Square bracket 0. Like this? So, yeah, we actually could do it like this. Let me see. So this is with 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could do it like this, but it's not the best way. And I am here to show you guys the best way to do it. Huh? What's up? Yeah. Yeah. You see those rows it's going in. Anyone know when you're pushing your first? The call is going to what? Yeah. Let me write it. Let me write it. So what do I do inside a column or inside the second one? It's this exact structure. So if this doesn't, so I'll just go over exactly what this is. It's one big array that has 10 arrays inside of it, and in each of those 10 arrays, there's the numbers 1 to 10. But the one we're making is 6 by 6. Or just this function we're writing takes a number and builds an object. Yeah. Yeah, well, I need to do that. Yeah, it does. It does. So I should just write that there so I don't confuse anybody. Yeah, so we need to have like this. And we're going to return it at the end. Yeah, totally should be resolved that way. Yep. All right, any other theories? Any other theories? Yes. Exactly. So is anyone confused about why we're pushing an empty array in right now? Well, let's see what our structure looks like with a bunch of empty arrays. So this should run and then say. So that's what our structure looks like. So what is that? How many rows does that have? rows. So that's good. We want 6 rows. But what we're missing the content of those rows. Yeah, we're missing columns within them. So how do we do that? Any hunches, any theories? Yes. Okay, so in the second one, what's the first thing I do? I push, right? What am I pushing? Like what array am I pushing into? How do I access the array? Am I pushing into results or what exact one? Sorry, what? Yes. Yeah, we need to access that. We need to access that. So, and we do that by the index. And then what is currently keeping track of that index? It's not column. It's row. It's row. Because, yeah, I mean, basically what we're doing here is imagine we're just doing this instead, like var new row equal to empty array, and then new row dot push then we're going to push something into there, and then we would push this is another way that kind of makes a little more sense, like right off the bat. So you see we're going through one iteration of the row loop, and then we push in something. And then when we're done pushing it, we push in 6 something. When we're done pushing in 6 something, then we push it into this master array. So we build this array on its own, and put it in, and then we do another one, put it in, another one, put it in. So what is going to happen on line 22? Does this make more sense than the last one? Is anyone confused if these things take time? Sorry, what? Into this new column for you? Push the sorry. Array row dot push. Right here. Right. So if I could, right. So if I did it like the old way, it would be this is array at this row, and right. Array. So this is array at row line 22, and we're going to push into array at row the number column. So does anyone think this is wrong? You think it's wrong? Or what? If we do less than equal to all the loop? Oh no, we're putting in 6. It's whatever gets passed into matrix. Yeah. No, sorry, I should explain that better. Okay, well this is right. You should run it. Yeah. You should run it and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, so wait, you need it does want you to do 10. You guys are right. They want you to have how many elements do they want you to have? Yeah, that's the thing is I guess they want us because this one is well actually we don't know because this one is this one starts at 1. You guys are right the whole time. You guys are right the whole time, but about which I sorry, I just looked up the problem. But Yeah, but there's only one. Let's do thank you. So you seem like you're on track of things. What would I do? The dimensions being passed in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's 10 rows and there's 10 columns, and the columns start at 1. So if I just start this at 1, and then column less than or equal to. Ooh. Whoa. All right. You want to start at 0 and then, okay, see. But we don't want it to start, we don't want the first element to be 0, because the first element in this one is 1. Yeah. Sorry, what's up? Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going to assign it to 1 and see how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then make sure we have the right amount of rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Yeah, the rows don't change. So I was thinking of asking to optimize it. So guys, I have a challenge for the whole class. How do we optimize this? So right now what we're doing is we are going through this one for loop 6 times. And we're also going through the second for loop 6 times. And while in this second for loop, we're building the thing, so can we eliminate any of the steps? Yes? Yeah? So if I add another parameter, what kind of parameter? Oh, what? Oh, you want to add parameters that, what, sorry, I don't know what parameters. Oh, there's how many rows in the column. No. If we want to do 6, we want to do 6. So you had it, So he mentioned time complexity, which is this thing that sounds really complicated. It has the word complexity in it, but it's really pretty easy. I'm going to spend 10 seconds on a brief overview of time complexity for you guys. You want to have this variable called n, which measures like growth. It measures growth. Time complexity does. And n is kind of like it's either like n squared or it's n log. It's log n or it's n log n or it's like what's another one? There's all kinds of things, and it measures like how how a function or something might grow given larger input. And so right now our input is the variable dimension. That's the unknown input. And so one for loop counts as n. If you run from 0 to dimension, that counts as time complexity of n. If you do another for loop inside of it, that counts as n times n, which is n squared, which is not the best time complexity. You normally optimize that. And the solution to that is commonly to kind of run some other calculations and memorize things and store data and then run the for loop, only one, and then you reduce the time complexity to n. If you have more questions about time complexity, I can answer them later. But that's a brief overview. So, what is the same every time this loop? For loop is the same every time. What? Sorry, was that? So what So if the dimensions the same, then what else do we change? There's one specific thing that we do, we add these things, or we create one thing 6 times in this thing. Well, okay, so these 2 corners, but they're not going to be side each other. When they're side each other, that's going to be bad. So having 2 corners separate, they don't multiply the concept. Yes? Yeah. So you're saying take this lines 20 to 23 here, just remove it, right? That's what you want me to do? Cut it out and put it somewhere else? Cut it out. Yep, put it somewhere else. All right, cool. And now we can kind of say, let's call this like var, yeah, just column is already used. The column, just for time's sake right now. And the column, so we're basically, we're building this column before we even start the iterative process to create all the rows. So what happens here is, what is this column going to look like here? Huh? Yeah, just one of those arrays, right? Okay, you guys know that. Does anyone not understand that? All right, yeah. And then what do we do here? Plug it right in. Put the column in here. Yeah. Oh wait, mine. Because they had the solution after this in the slides, right? Would this not be the same array though? We just like copy the array, don't we? Just like it's all referencing the same array. It's not on 24, right? All right, I don't know how to do that. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah. So, what isn't the column? Isn't it the same column? Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so it's bad. So we have to copy it, right? Because they're all representing the same column, so we have to copy it. Yeah, but it's the same one. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's the same one. So we got. Yeah, so we just have to copy it. All right, we'll just copy it. All right, so we're having a quick tech discussion. Basically, I don't know 100% what the solution is, but right now there's a problem, which is really kind of, I don't think we've gone over this. It's the same column. So if you edit one of the rows, all of the rows will all change because we're not really like creating a new one each time, which is what we were doing before. So to do that, we can clone it somehow. What's the method we got for that? Just column.map, right? Yeah, yeah. So you guys want to copy this down? Is that what's up? Sure. All right, so okay. So, all right. So I realized this is actually extra credit. We went further than we had to. So this is not part of the solution, which is why I was didn't know what I was doing. The whole thing with the rows changing, does everyone get that? Why that's going to happen? We don't have to go over it. Yeah, so basically you have to do this. Yeah. All right, that's all you gotta do. Yeah, but you're just gonna be the same time. Yeah, it's just because it's not defined. Oh, um, oh, you get rid of it. Oh, I can look over you guys' code after this. We gotta move on to another problem. So, if you guys are curious about why I had to do dot math there, this doesn't work. Oh, let's say we should test it for sure. Return result undefined. Oh yeah, that's with the math in it. You're saying? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, we need one more in there. Oh my gosh. So what's going on? Anyone know what's happening? Anyone? Yeah, everything's just undefined. What's going on? Is it because of dot bind? Oh, because the map. Yeah, it's just because of the map stuff. Yeah, okay. Then we gotta say E, and then we gotta put E over here too. Okay, there we go. Yeah. This is just, if you guys care about this, just talk to me. I will be happy to explain it to you, but we can't do it as a group. Okay. But did you guys have it copied down? Yeah, don't worry about it. You don't have to just copy it all down. I got it. I'll Slack it to everybody. Yep. There's what? Is there other ways of doing it? Oh, someone else has it. Yeah. Wait, there's another way I could do that? What's up? Yeah, no, it'll look correct. So really, technically, you don't have to do the math in it. But it's just like, there is an issue with it. Huh? It solves the problem that was presented to us. So we were going ahead. We were doing extra credit. So it's important that you guys know that it wasn't 100% okay. Yeah? No, I'm going to do that. The math. You can do so you guys stuff with, but it's like, we had to do that slowly because we phoned something. Yeah, is what we did. Well, I'm going to move ahead. No more questions. Sorry. All right. So. All right. What do we? How does this work? Okay, come on. Let's go. Okay, this is what they want you to do. Okay. So we kind of went over a lot of the next problem actually, but you know, this is my first lecture, guys. I can't just skip things. Okay. So we're gonna have to go through this. Oh, loop through the grid and push and print all the elements. You guys ready? Kind of right? So what we got to do is what? What do we have to do for this? We got to print every. So this is going to create that same grid we saw before, where it's 1 to 10 and there's 10 of them. So how do we log out each of those numbers? Okay, 1, 2, 3 relates to 7 and 10. 1, 2, 3 relates to 7 and 10, and then yeah, without any commas and stuff. How do we do that? Oh, it says use array method. Is that what it wants us to do? No, it doesn't want us to use array method. Yeah, well, we declare the row. We declare the row. Right. It's all right, right. Yeah. So if we can predict ahead of time what your dimension is, then yeah, you don't even have to do that first one. So this problem is about going through now that it's built, going through these elements. It's nothing crazy. Oh yeah, so this one is in R. We need two more. Okay, so we're gonna do, it's really nothing more crazy than we did before. Function, log it out. And we pass in a grid, and wow. Pass in a grid. Okay, so grid dot. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you guys something. Anyone know array methods for each map? For each, really, you want to do for each? What's that? Yeah. There is our. I like that. I like that. I like that. What's the method for that? You know? Right. That's like array dot. Yeah, that's array dot. And then, so you wouldn't actually do. Oh yeah, you would have to do a new line section. We're not going to do that. But that's you're right. So okay, so there's array methods. We went through one of them called map, which basically it can be used for cloning things. It can also be used for like mutating something, and like you have, say you have like an object that has like big object dot properties dot values, right? You could do a map function, and then you could just make it to big object dot values. It's a way of auto looping. You can all these multi-array methods loop through the entirety of the array, and then have a helper function that does something. That's what map was. And so with this one, we're going to use one called for each. Mike, what am I supposed to be done with this? Okay, is it better if I just by 8? All right. All right, cool. So what is this going to be? So okay, so basically the way these work, should I be using
Should I use arrow functions? I'm not gonna use arrow functions yet. Okay, so to a function like for each, you pass in. So you pass in a function. Does that syntax make sense to everybody? I'm literally passing in a function as an argument to for each. And arrays have these methods of on those functions. I don't know if you guys follow me. They have these functions built in whenever you put in array. And then you pass in another function. Right. What that function accepts as an argument is one of the elements in the array. And that function gets called on every element. Sound crazy to me, but a function that gets called on every element in an array. Is anyone confused about that? What that could be doing? So I'm going to log out right now. I'm going to log out element so you guys can see. You said higher order function? No. Specifically when okay, so grid for each logging out 10. Oh, you know what's happening? Rows up for each. No. We want the grid. But I'm not actually running this function. Is what's happening, and it's just giving me. There we go. So this is each of the rows. So you see how this for each function is going through every element in the array, and it's like logging out the first element in the first row, and it goes to the next element, and it logs out the next row. So what would happen, guys? This is crazy. What am I doing? Am I really calling for each again on the element? What is going on? What is going on? What is this? What is that? So what is that? Anybody know? What is this? What is that going to be? Yeah, that's it. Oh my gosh. So yeah, if we get rid of this one, you can just see that we have achieved our goal. I think we're supposed to save the right message for another one. So you guys got a timer on. Yep. Any questions on what's going on here? What I said, ternary operator. Okay. Okay, so before we do this one kind of unrelated thing that I think you guys need to know today, if any questions, curiosities, anything about any problems, yes. You know what we do better? I'm going to show you how for each is made. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. How to do this simply. So, for each accepts what?
a function. That's a good. You guys know a good notation for function is fx. It's in other languages, I believe. I don't know, or calculus, right? I don't know. It accepts a function, and it gets called on an array. So you guys don't know like. You guys don't know classes and stuff, do you? Do they call classes? Okay. So this is typically on an array class, so it has access to the array itself with like a property called this, but that's not in the scope of this. Wow. That's loud. Okay. Now what it does is it does a simple for loop actually. It might be, you know, the actual implementation of this might be a little crazier, but this will do the trick if you want to know exactly how. And then all it does is it does this. That's it. So what we can do is using my special little function that I made. And it does the same thing. So
They were not going to have functions like that. Yeah.
what is going on? Okay, so fx is a function that I've passed in. And yes, question? Great, great.
No. It's a for loop. It does a for loop. For you.
Yes, but be careful, it doesn't actually change the array. So yeah, so it accepts a function, runs a for loop like you would normally from 0 to dot length, and then it just calls that function, wherever you pass into it, it calls that function on the each element in the array.
Oh yeah, that's just like what that's like packaging the function of yeah. You can call whatever you want.
So you can call whatever you want. It's just a regular argument that gets passed in. So, like you see here, it's just passing on line 21. It just passes in array I, which is every element in the array. And then this is like a normal, any other time you call the function, first argument, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Yes. What exactly is getting passed into the two functions inside, or the two or each function? So back when it's much simpler by just everyone had this for each, or I mean, I guess we're still talking about it, but let's go back to where I only had one argument passed in. Because this is how you're going to be doing it, so I don't want to complicate it. It's literally like a function, so we could do it like this. And then we could do this one. That's, I mean, so that's just like more spread out. Does that make sense? We're just passing in literally, we're defining the function, like in like expressing an argument. But we can define a function ahead of time, and then so this is why I want to call on every argument. So I feel like I'm confused right now. But it's okay, because this is for tomorrow actually, right? So this is extra. You don't have to know like today. You just got to deal with arrays and loops and stuff. Yeah. I hope that makes more sense though. Okay, let's do the last little thing I'm supposed to do. Oh my gosh. This is the solution they recommended, but I thought you guys already understood that. Does that make sense to everybody? Just 2 for loops. And then I guess this is kind of cool, the way they're accessing it. Kind of like we did before, where it's like the 0th element and then the 3rd element of that 0th element. They're doing that except with I and J. Okay, so now we get to talk about ternaries. Ternaries are so cool. It's basically like some more crazy looking syntax. Ternaries basically are ways to use for loops or if statements. Else statements and then it's really that's really I don't understand the other. I mean sometimes why is it mentioned as a because sometimes you want to show off. Yeah, you want to show off in React. You guys end up learning React. You have to use it sometimes because it's that's why ternary operators are important. Yeah. Well, I guess you guys can learn that. So what this does is it says, let's go back to the rep while I like that better. Motion equals 2 less than 1 and so right. Okay, so we're at 755. Okay. So var result of ternary equals, so we could say, this is a good starter, true, and then so we type in this statement in here, right? Let's separate a little bit. We say, look at JavaScript, check this statement out. True. I just told JavaScript, true. And JavaScript says, okay, I'm going to check to see whether or not this is equal to true. And it says, okay, you gave me true, is true equal to true? It is. Therefore, I'm going to run the left-hand side of the statement. You need 2 hands. You need both sides. Can't mess around with that. So if I do this, what do you think is going to happen? Right hand, right, there we go. So what if I did this? Did we compare both in what? No, you can only do one hand. Left hand. Why? Because 2, it evaluates, is 2 equal to true? Or equals 2? It is, so I'm going to do the left hand of the statement. Is it equal to 3? No, it's not. So we could do a log of this result of yep. Right hand, because it's false. And then, so you can basically, this is kind of like this is not legal code, but it's kind of like doing this, right? It's kind of like doing if this else. I don't know if this is actually possible. I wonder. Let's check it out. No, it's not possible. You totally cannot do that in JavaScript. But it visualizes for you what the heck is going on with this ternary. You're going to have some coder in your place. It's a shortcut, yeah. It's a shortcut. I really should figure out why we presented it. I think it's common across all languages. Let's take a look at what they want to do. want me to do days of the month. Yeah, I mean, this is now that I showed you guys that, you can kind of see. And look at that, is that crazy? They make a function and then they put it in there on line 7. See the function on line 11, put it on line 7. They literally have that return to the whole statement. Oh, no, you put out some other ads. Let's learn today. Okay. So let's go back. Really? Oh, right. Oh, right. Yeah, you can do some crazy stuff with ternary. And you're right, you can assign. Yes, for assignment. That's totally what it's for. So, like, I mean, you can't do this like I had before, like the if statement, like the example I had. This is not possible because you can't, like, I'd have to have these 2 equals to what in the if statement would have to have a var equal to this, and in the else statement would have to have a var equal to this. But in this case, it just will, or sorry, more like in this case, it will just assign this variable automatically. And it's not bad. It was something simple. It's not bad. You're right. Okay, so we're going to do ternary side ternary. So that means we got to put, yeah, this is not going to work. So we would say like true, right? So we're going to have this one equal to true, and then we're going to do this inner left hand, and then we do, there's just no way JavaScript deals with inner right hand. Yeah, it's giving me errors already. Look at that. So around this one and this one, right? They say so far based on things. Yeah. It's unexpected on 78. The comma. There's no commas in here. Oh no, wait. Unexpected token. Oh yeah. Okay, so maybe it will work. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So we can do it. You have to do parentheses though. But please don't do this. Do not try what you see at home. And I think that's the end of the